Indigenous culture and history is all around us, and that was on display a week ago as Seneca leaders commemorated the signing of the Buffalo Creek Treaty of 1842, which affirmed Seneca's sovereignty.
Good morning, everyone. Yaweskano. Thank you all for being here and for once again joining the Seneca people as Buffalo Creek as we reflect, remember, and remind.
It was also a reminder of the land which was once held sacred by the Indigenous people who called it home.
Well, I mean, this was, the Haudenosaunee land and kind of still is.
Rick Smith is the owner of Silo City, which stands on the ground which was once part of the Buffalo Creek Reservation, a Seneca community created under a treaty signed by George Washington and dissolved 40 years later under another treaty forced upon them through intimidation and deceit as part of President Andrew Jackson's Indian removal policy.
We always look back and we've said this is a pretty spiritual place. So we knew it didn't come from the makers of grain, even though we were the world's largest grain port. We wanted to get back to why does this place have this sort of sense of abundance.
And as Rick looked into the history of this land, he began to feel compelled to honor all of its history. Enter Seneca artist Bill Krause.
I had the opportunity to create a piece that would really make a statement about Seneca occupation and the Seneca history of that spot.
So right there, off of Ohio Street, he created a stainless steel, oversized reproduction of a traditional Seneca headdress called a gustaway. It was dedicated right beside a pathway that Smith created as another nod to its Seneca history. It's called Doshawa, which means land of basswood.
This is part of what Silo City's meant to do. It's always becoming, it's celebrating, the people who have been here and who are here, and trying to get back to that rich cultural heritage but move it ahead and try to sort of say, okay, well, that's not here anymore. We're not doing transshipment anymore. But we've got this great, rich story to tell. So, and the Senecas help tell it.
And Krause sees this as a part of his continuing efforts to make sure his own people also remember their story.
It's also important to remind our kids and to remind our people of the significance of that place. And I guess really more than trying to educate the general public, I'm more worried and more concerned with us remembering and keeping our own history intact.